Hello and welcome to a new video where we look at the music I composed for a commercial campaign. Here I switched between two different genres, but before we go into the detail, let's listen to it. So that's the track, and at this video let's concentrate at the first part, the classical part. And here we are in D minor, and the concept of the bass is very simple because this is how the bass is playing. So we got D, A, F, and G. Just a simple bass going up. And we've got a few basses. We've got the contrabass. And we've got the struck piano. And here we got two effects. This is how it sounds dry. And I wanted to add a little bit room, not reverb, just a little bit room. And then I added some lexicon high. Yeah, and then I've got the melody here. And this is coming from Orchestral Tools first chair. I love the sound. I love the spiccato, and I use much of the first chair strings here. And sometimes you hear other strings and some noises, but this sounds very natural for me, and you don't have so much noises playing again and again. And for adding some, let's say, diamonds, here I got two viola tracks with some specials. Just adding some color to this. So this is the start. And now We want to build up the song and getting more and more. So I didn't want to add epic. I just wanted to stay a little bit, let's say, chamber-like, but always add some more instruments and some more instruments. Now we've got the second violin. And together with the viola. So it's very special because the second violin is playing lower than the viola, but I like the sound they have. And then I add the cello. And here it doubles the bass or plays more notes in the bass. And here is the struck piano. And another instrument is coming, it's the vibraphone. Just a few times, these are again a few diamonds. And here is the grandeur. It's really dry, just for giving more bass. So here we can hear the difference from the first part to the second. Just giving a little bit. Then we come to the second part. So I guess what you hear is the first violin. And I didn't just use this one, I used this one. And I love this Signor Paganini violin for playing very fast. And here I added a little bit more reverb. So it gives more room to it and sounds a little bit softer when I add this to strings. And we've got a bigger, brighter sound. So then we've got more at the drums. Here we've got the cymbals. Very easy. And here is a stylus drum loop. But with, I guess, 8 plugins. So let's see how it sounds without processing. So at first, I used the FabFilter Simplon just to cut out the low frequencies. You can do this with any other equalizer or filter plugins. I like this one because here you've got this easy knob and you don't have to create a filter and choose something and then turn. It's very easy. So this is how it sounds now. Next is the Devil Lock by Soundtoys. A lot of crush and a little bit crunch. Next is the Radiator by Soundtoys 2. And you see a lot of treble, a little bit input here. I set it to noisy, and yes, it's noisy, it's crisp. Next, the L2, but just to turn the level down. So sometimes I miss another output at some plugins. So here I use the L2. Okay, next was the stereo image. I didn't want to have it so bright. So I used the S1 by Waves. Instead of these, you can use the stereo enhancer by Cubase. And don't set it to 100% or more, just set it to what you want, and then it's less brighter. And next is the shaper box. Because the loop sounds a little bit stretched and there are a lot of long sounds in it. And the song on its by itself is very short, and we've got the spiccato sounds on the strings. And I didn't want this loop to destroy this feeling, so I added the shaper box. So it makes the beat clearer. Then I added a little bit Echo Boy. And a little bit Valhalla played. Yeah, so this is this part. And now we come to the riser. Yeah, and there's a lot going on. There are coming more strings, more synth sounds, and so on. So let's see what's coming here. The Spic Ensemble. Here I added two libraries. We've got the Cinematic Studio Strings and the Albion strings. And a little bit reverb to both. And here is another ensemble. We've got the LA scoring strings. And I just built my own ensemble, just loaded in the first violin, second violin, viola, and cello, and copied the part. They are very dry. So let's add some lexicon high. And here are some action strings. And they are processed because I wanted to have them more staccato. And get more high frequencies. And perhaps you notice that they sound a little bit funny. So let's go to this sound. And yeah, let's have a look at the keys. So it's going to this part, but this is normally not very high. So let's see to this. I transposed 1 octave higher, and the reason is very simple. Let's set it to the original, and here I go to the MIDI part. We go to the last few notes. And I can't hear the last 2 notes because it's out of the range, out of the playable range, out of the blue keys. So at first I thought, well, let's do the render in place and just use the same key and then transpose it. And then I thought, well, let's do this, transpose it, then to this hand. That's the solution. And I bet nobody of you heard what I did here. Now let's talk about the chords. You can see here I've got the chord track, and I never use the chord track for playing something, but I use it for remembering some of the things. So at the beginning, the bass played upwards. And now the bass is doing the opposite. The bass is going down. And then upwards. So it's a very simple movement. Go down and go up. And now I play it with the chords. Now I add some synth sounds. Here are 3 different pads. At first we've got 1 sound by the massive. Just playing the chords, no bass. Next is 1 omnisphere sound. And we've got another omnisphere sound. And more synth is going on here. And here we've got more sounds, 1 spire sound. And added some dirt. This is the clean sound. And here is a cleaner sound. Next is a riser. So here are 3 plugins working. First, a little bit low cut, then a little bit high cut. So here I reduce a few of the high frequencies and give it back when I do the rising. But what's most important is the shaper box by Cable Guys. I love this tool. You see here it's set to nearly 0%. And then I turn it up and turn it up. So we've got more of the side shining effect. And at last, we've got the snare coming from battery. So I loaded in a few samples and added some Valhalla room. So let's hear it first dry. And I've got two more natural bass sounds. First, the Metropolis Arc 1 basses. And the Monster Brass by Cine Samples. So the funny thing is that it sounds a little bit like a synth saw, but it's a natural orchestral sound. So this was the first part. When you get some questions or suggestions, just leave a comment. And when you like this video, please give me a thumb up, would make me very happy. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any new episode. See you the next time. Bye.